So today we're going to learn about curves and mirrors, and we'll start a new sketch. So in the upper left we'll say create sketch. You can choose any of the planes. I'll choose X and Y. Let's zoom in a little bit. I'm going to create a rectangle to start with, and I'll just click and create the first point, and I'll type in 40, and I'll hit tab, type 30, hit enter. There's our 40 by 30 rectangle. Now I want to make these corners rounded. To do so, we use the fillet tool, and we can do multiple corners at one time. So we'll do that. We'll click on this corner here, and we'll get all four of them. Let's change it to 5. That looks a little weird, but after we hit enter, it fixes itself. There was a constraint that it was going to remove. So you'll notice that I did all 4 corners, and it set the radius to 5, but it only marked the first corner. So if I was to click on this and change it to 6 and hit enter, it changes every single corner. So this is nice to connect all 4 of those corners together and make them rounded. So the next drawing that we're going to do, so I'll middle mouse my way over, we'll need a straight line. I'm going to do a 30 unit line. So there's my 30 unit line, and we're going to learn how to create some arcs. These are partial circles. Sometimes you need a partial circle. So we'll go to create, arc, and I'll choose 3-point arc. So if you ever hold your mouse still, it'll tell you what to do. Place the start point. I'm going to place it on the left, and then if I hold my mouse still, it says place the end point. I'll go on to the end point. Now it says place the point on the arc. I'm going to choose one that is about 5 units away from the line, or 5 boxes, grids. So somewhere on there. Maybe, yeah, here we go. I'll do about this many right there. All right. So there we go. So that is a 3-point arc. 1, 2, and the third part describes the curve. The next arc that we'll do is a center point arc. So in the center point arc, we'll go create, arc, center point. I'm going to find the center of this line. I'll know that because I get the little triangle that shows up. And if I left click, then I have to set how wide I want my circle to be. I'm going to go 5 units. So then I click again, and then I start drawing. Now if you click it here, you'll only get half of a circle, or not half, I mean a quarter of a circle. So just because it snaps there doesn't mean you have to stop. You can keep going if you want to, and you can go as far as you want until you even have a full circle. Let's stop after half of a circle. So that is a center point arc. So we click the center, choose how far away, and then drag our mouse around to create as much arc as we want. The third type of arc is a tangent arc. Basically, it allows a circle to hit at a point. So we'll create arc. We'll choose create this tangent arc. So it'll do right at the end, specify the start point, and then it specify the end point. And we could pick wherever we want, and it'll make sure that it lines up to whatever curve we want. So we're going to pick on this curve here, and we'll do it such that we're at 5 units. And so at 5 units, you'll see that the circle no longer changes size because I fixed it, but now I've got to pick out where that end point is, and I want it to end right at that part there. So now that is 3 different ways to create an arc, with 3 points, a center point, and by clicking on a point and creating a tangent circle. The next drawing that we're going to do is an ellipse. So we'll go create, ellipse. Ellipses are circles that are kind of oval. So we're going to start a little ways away from our last drawing because ellipses are drawn from the center. It says place the center point. So I'm going to start it here, and it'll start growing out that way. I'll go 30 units again. And now the next thing is placing the angle. I want the ellipse to be sideways, so I'm going to left click right now. And it doesn't look like an ellipse much. until I start moving my mouse, and as I move my mouse, it'll get a width to it. Let's set that width to be 10, and then I'll hit enter. And now we'll see these two dimensions here, 30 and 10. So that's how you create an ellipse. The last bit to do is to create what we're going to do, call it as a symmetric square bracket, like a bracket that's got 4 holes in it for a bolt or something like that. So let's start with a rectangle like we did last time, but we'll make this rectangle have equal sides. So we'll click here and we'll type 20, hit tab, do 20, hit enter. So now I have my square. Next, I got to create my corners. So I'll go to fillet and I will set these 4 corners. And I want to choose a radius of 5 again. Hit enter. There we go. Now I would like to create some circles on the inside that represent the holes for the bolts. There's a lot of ways you can do this. You could say center point circle, just click right here and start creating a circle. Let's use some other skills that we've learned about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an offset. So I want it to match this curve here. So I'm going to offset, and if I don't undo chain selection, when I click over here, it grabs the entire shape and tries to make an entire line around that. I don't want that. So I'm going to deselect my choice. And I'm going to turn off chain selection. So chain selection in Fusion means when you click on an object, it'll follow that type of object all the way around until it can't find any more. So return that off, and we click on the upper right hand corner, and you can see now I get a quarter of a circle. It's at a positive value of 1. I would like it to be on the inside so that you'll notice it's actually negative. So negative is on one side of the line you choose, positive is on the other. So I'll choose -3, and then I'll hit enter. So now I've got part of a circle there. If I want to finish the circle, we can use another tool that we learned about, which is the extend tool. And I'll just extend that circle by clicking on the partial arc, and it fills it all the way out. Now, next is I want to create perfect copies of this circle. There's a lot of ways to do that. One way is to create a line to mirror this circle. So let's create a line. I'm going to do it that's at the midpoint of the left side. You can see the triangle there. Click, go to the other side. There's the other triangle. Click. So now I have a line that's at the midpoint of both sides of my square. Then I will hit the mirror button, and it says select an object. I'll choose the circle. It says where is your mirror? So I'll switch to that, and I'll choose this as my mirror, and you can see it's going to mirror it over, and it'll be at this opposite point. And we'll hit OK. Now I would like to create 2 more copies over here. Well, the fastest way to do that is to draw another line. We'll go again from center to center, and we will go to mirror. What do I want to mirror? I want to mirror both of these. And I'm going to mirror it over this line now. And now I've got 4 circles that all are connected to each other and will remain the same size. So these circles, what size did I made them that size there? So we could figure out what that size is by using sketch dimension, and we'll figure out how big that circle is. It's 4 units. And the next thing is I talk about using the sketch dimension to measure the distance between this part and this part. So sketch dimension will measure distances. So let's click on this, and we'll click on here, and you can see that that distance is 3 units. Once I place it, it gives me a warning. It says over constrained sketch. And so what that means is I don't really need that measurement. That measurement is unnecessary. So I don't have to use it. I'm going to create it anyways. so that way you can see what it looks like. So measurements that are in parentheses are unnecessary. That means they are forced by some other part of the constraints or the geometry that you have created in your shape. So keep that in mind, that these dimensions, while possibly useful for you, are not needed, because if you create the object using everything else that's there, you'll be fine. So that is how you can create your mirrors, circles, and curves, and you should then be able to take a screenshot of the final result.